All right, is this thing on? It's blinking, it's red, and is this thing on? Whoop. It is on. What are we drinking? Double Backbone, Vienna Lager, brewed in the USA. A mild toasted caramel note. I don't even know what this is. 5.2%. Yeah. Devil's Backbone Brewing Company, Lexington, Virginia. That's what we're drinking. But what are we doing? All right. I haven't done a setup video in a while. It's cold outside. I like to do them outside. But this is not the time of year for that. It's time for skating. We can definitely skate. It's dry. It's sunny. But yeah, we don't want to set up board out in the cold wind. Lots of wind too. So this is my Neil Blender Gordon & Smith GNS, one of my bowl boards, which I really like a lot. It's got A66 trucks. It's got G-bone wheels. Really like it. I think I'm rocking some big balls in there or something. I don't remember what or maybe some Olympias. Might be Olympia bearings in there. It's dirty, I can't see. And of course some green rails, old school sex bolt setup, and cut that grip up. So I love this board. It's one of my favorite boards in the bowl. Super fast. It's super comfortable with my feet. I like it a lot. But I want to set one up for the street. So for Christmas, I got another one, right? So I want to set this one up kind of like a, late 80s, early 90s, kind of just street board, just getting wild in the streets type board. So we're going to set that up. Big fan of GNS. As you probably know, like got my blender, got my Doug Saldano pineapple board, got my Stacy Peralta warp tail, and lots of other GNS boards up there. So time to set up another one, and I'm excited about it. So first thing we got to do, of course, is grip it. I want to do something similar to that. A lot of lessons learned on that one. Don't want to make those mistakes or learn those lessons again. So kind of already cut a template with one, and let's see if we can get the black to match and get it laid on there. We'll move this stuff out of the way, and we'll just go through the components as we put them on. So people tend to like the setup videos, and I don't mind filming them because I'm gonna set the board up anyway, so it doesn't cost me any additional time, and I'm not making something up just to do it. I really enjoy setting up boards, and I probably do it far too much. All right, so I went ahead and just kind of cut some red grip tape earlier just to kind of make a template. And all I'm going to do is kind of trace this so I have the negative of it on the other side, just to cut it out and try and do that other design. I'm not making any sense. I want it to look like this other board. We're going to try that. All right, I think we got close enough. I don't think I'm gonna have them touch, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but close enough. We'll cut this out. All right, hopefully I sped that up on the editing so you don't have to sit there and watch me cut. But we got our black, and if all goes well, boom, we got our red. So See how that goes together. Now, let's try and not mess it up on the board. See how each piece is going to fit. Red, black. Let's go more black than red because I like my grip, and the red's gonna get dirty over time. So yeah, let's call it like that. And then we gotta figure out how we're gonna do the G and S. Let's go. I think what I want to do is just go more black than red, and the way this would fit would get me a good tail and a good nose with the black, and then red down the center. But I definitely got to get this G and S cut out right here. I want to get that right. I think the sticker is exactly the same as the emblem on the board. The emblem, the top graphic of the G and S. So I am going to place that there and trace it, cut this out. I think that's going to work. Make sure I got the tail where I want it, got the nose where I want it. Yep. And then I'm going to trace this out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Look, I ride these things, you know. I don't just set them up and hold on to them. Alright, we got that. I'm just going to cut with scissors, see how that goes. Boom. I think that's what we want right there. That's going to be all right. Now we're just gonna stick the grip on. Clean this off a little bit. This is a beautiful red, by the way. Like, I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but it's not. I don't know. I like it. If you want to tell the difference, like, look at the red in the GNS logo versus the red on the board. And, like, this is much darker and richer. All right, now let's not mess this up. You probably wonder what I'm doing, but because I have to get around this graphic, I don't want to peel the rest of it up yet in case I mess it up. Boom. Got that nice and good. just gonna lay it on here like a sticker. Boom. Spare piece of grip. Step one, we got our design going. We got the Gordon Smith cutout. We got black on the tail and on the nose where we want it. Yeah. If I was going to use this primarily in the bowl, I actually would have used the black more on the bolts where I ride. But since I'm going to do more street, I'm putting it more on the nose and tail. Whoop, that almost rolled out on us. All right, so for this one, we know we don't need this. We'll just put that over there. We're going to get these on there. Let's go tight. Let's go tight with it. How tight do you think we can get with it without overlapping? Oh, definitely test our stuff. I think we're just going to leave a slight little gap, smallest gap. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to place the sticker down because we know that fits our graphic. Like a board setup's a board setup, but I like to try and do something new or something different to share with you when I do them. And this one is oddly unplanned, but using this sticker as a template for the top graphic, and I'm very pleased with it. Additionally, we will put the we will use sex bolts when we do the rails, which I know some people are interested in. And I'll talk about the sex bolts and where I get them from when we do that. Let's try not to stab myself. All right, let's cut that out. Boom. Got it. I'm going to put that just like that. Look at that. That's going to look good. I don't know if you can see it from here. Whoop, whoop. It's going to look good. So we'll peel this back. And again, the first thing we're going to line up is the box of the top graphic, because maybe we're going to get tight with this. Let's see what we can do. You know what? That's not perfect at all. but it's my board, and that's how I'm going to skate it. Alright, if you're new to this, make sure your blade's sharp. Just put it right against the board and always just cut towards you. Boom. Oh, stuck to the board a little bit. When that happens. You get these little pieces that stick to the board. It's best to like put your razor blade in and do half, and then do the other half. Keep it nice and straight. Bam! That's what we got. I think that's sick. Is it perfect? Nope. It's not perfect. But it's rad and it's mine. It's almost like a yin yang, TNC surf logo, which I'm a huge fan of from back in the 80s. I like it. Looks good. We got some contrasting colors. I like the contrast, like same but different. It's pretty dope. All right, let's just throw all that on the floor. All right, what we gotta do next? We gotta get the trucks and wheels on before we can put our rails on. So let's do that. Sure our grip tape didn't come up anywhere. That's good. Don't do what I did to put your bolts in. Never done it that way. I was just being lazy. And I cracked the grip tape. Alright, we've got all our bolts in. We are going to use a small riser pad, not very big, 1/8 of an inch, pretty small, and that's just, we're going to use 56mm wheels, and I just want to give myself a tiny bit more room. Because wheel bite sucks, and I don't want to go tight on trucks. Boom. We're using Ace 66 trucks, same as the other board over here behind me. Ace 66 and Aces, and you see it on there? It's on here somewhere. There it is. 66. On the Ace, you can always see the truck size right here. Makes it real convenient. And that fits. It's very similar to an Indy 159. So 66s equal 159 and 77s equal 215. I pulled these Ace off a complete that I got that I really haven't ridden. So I decided, I know I like the Ace on this board in the bowl, so why go get new trucks or rip apart a board I'm riding for the Indy when I can just go with the same truck setup that I'm comfortable with on this board already. So I like these Dogtown riser pads. They're not just like a single hole that you fit perfectly, so you can slide to where you want. And I don't like to have the riser pad sticking out towards the tail or the nose, because then you've got that extra kind of rubber or riser pad either way sticking out. So you might hit that on your way to nose slides or tail slides. Not much of a nose on this board, but same principle applies. I'll just tighten these bolts up enough, and then we'll flip it over and get them put on. All right, normally I would just use the skate tool and tighten it up, but man, I had to pull out a drill for the sex bolts anyway, so we're going to use the drill. So I just push that riser pad down a tiny bit so it's flush with the truck, and it's not going to get in the way of any nose sliders, tail slides. See, it kind of pushed the grip up a little bit when I drilled it. So I'm just going to try and flatten it out a little bit with the razor blade. Again, good enough. Alright, just look at the riser pad. You can see I made it flush with the truck, so it won't be sticking out and getting out here. So it gives a little more stick out on the inside, but that won't get in the way of any nose slides or tail slides. So yeah, happy with that. Definitely not as clean on top using the drills as it would have been to hand tighten them. So yeah, I usually hand tighten. I use the drill. It is what it is. Now we've got to set up the wheels and bearings. All right. Let's grab these wheels. Let's grab these bearings. What bearings are we using? These are my oldest set of bearings. They are Juju Jason Park bearings. They're ceramic steel mix. I've had them for probably 4 or 5 years. I've run them in tons of boards. They're one of my favorite bearings. I've got some new bearings I could throw in there, but I'm going to use these. I really like them. Let's pop off nuts. Boom. Boom. All right, it's not super tight. Nice. Leave one spacer down. Grab a bearing. I don't know if it matters. Look at that. What wheels are we going to use? All right, look. I was thinking go really hard wheel, like a Bones STF. I've got tons of old school 80s boards, street boards set up with bigger wheels like the G-Bones and this 60 millimeter Dragons, which are kind of an old school shape. But man, I decided, because I want to skate this like power slides and stuff like that, I'm just going to go with the 56 millimeter Dragons. I think that'll be good. It'll be like a comfortable ride. Should still be quick, but should be able to like get gnarly power slides and have a good time on the board. Initially, I like, should I put a Bones wheel on a GNS? But you know what? I just put Bones wheels on a Soy recently, so all things are out the window. Ride what's best, you know. I'm definitely more of a Bones guy than a Spitfire guy. I do like OJ wheels quite a bit, but we're doing Bones. That's what we're doing. Purposely set up board to like fucking just have fun in the streets. Not supposed to say bad words. YouTube's getting mad at that, but we don't monetize this channel, so we can't get unmonetized because we don't monetize. We're just here having a good time. Give this a crank and then I'll pull it back up. Just make sure those bearings are good and seated. Bearings sound kind of rough. Let's take a sip. They are. Ah, it's not bad. They're a little dry. Same thing over here. There's a sticker in this package. There's not. No bone sticker with my Dragon wheels. That's a little disappointing. I'd share. I do have quite a few setup videos, and like I said, people tend to like them. But man, if I set up every board I rode, like that's all this channel would be. I tend to hold the board differently, like because you're aware of the camera. So like, I would never, I would never do it like this. But want to share it. Crank it down a little bit. Bring it back up. Yeah, there we go. We got our Ace 66 with our 56 millimeter Bones wheels. I think that looks good. It's a nice profile. Looks pretty solid. See from the top. See where the wheels stay even with the board. Here it's cut in a little bit. You can see it topping up too much. Looks good. Thumbnail? Just kidding. Hey, there you go. All right. Now, for the rails. The key to the rails is you have to have your wheels and trucks on first, number one, so you know where to place them, so you don't get wheel bite into the rails. And two is to go ahead and put the wood screws in first, so you know where to drill your holes correctly for the sex bolts. So we want to go right down the middle. I like to squeeze the truck and kind of see where it's going to go. We got plenty of room on this one. Plenty of room. We're not even close. All right, now we gotta get this one lined up with that one. And then we can screw the rest of them in. It's never gonna be perfect, but it can be close enough. Kind of see where it curves up, goes back. Send it. Yeah, I think that looks pretty lined up. What do you think? We're going to go for it. I'm going to tighten them down right here. And then we're going to pull the wood screws out after we tighten it down. And that's going to give us our markings for the drill bit for later for the sex bolts. All right, close enough, right? And like, why don't I just leave the wood screws in? If you're doing like street skate, like these will rattle loose, and they, you know, the screws can come out. So I like the old school look of the sex bolts. I like the functionality of keeping it tight. It does add some weight, but I'm not a good enough skater to notice the weight difference. And honestly, sometimes a little heavier board does better for me because it gives me more board control. Lighter boards tend to get away from me. I've learned that in my street skating. If I go like a flight deck, I got to go a little heavier truck. Or like I can't use like the tensor mags, or it tends to be a little too light sometimes. But yeah. Why are we going with blue rails, you might be asking? I have some red rails, but they're just such the wrong red. I thought it looked worse. So we're going with blue. I don't have any black ones to go with the trucks. Felt like the blue was fitting. I had the blue riser patch for the trucks to go underneath. We've got the blue rails to match. I figured just go with the blue. All right, for your sex bolts, 7/32 size drill bit, 7/32, 7/32. That's what you want. All right. And the key, nope. Ooh, my cat is trying to play with a razor blade, so we're gonna put that away real quick. I'm just gonna go. I don't know why I did that. Pulled away from the coffee table so the wife doesn't kill me. And then just want to go straight down. Whew. That is some hard wood. Trying to keep all the mess in one spot. It's not going to work. Do the other side. All right, once you have your holes drilled and you feel like you've ruined your board, that's when you've got it right. So drill them up, clean up best you can, and then you need 8, 10 male, 10 female. So female portion of the sex bolt, I order mine from a freestyle skateboard website called Skate Kings. They've always got them in stock. They're not exactly cheap, but I don't know where else to get them. I tried the Brand X ones, or the Toxic ones. I don't remember. It's Toxic or Brand X. Same website. There were some older school ones. They're the brass ones that are in this one. They work fine. I like the black better. And Skate Kings is the only place I know where to get them. All right, then we need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Boom. Man. Those are odds of just pulling those out of the bag. Being spot on. Let's switch back to the drill bit, just so I don't have to hand screw each one. Just can grab your rails, pop them on there, make sure there's no debris. Sometimes you got some debris there. Clean it up best you can. Line up your holes. Oh man, these enjoy rails have some pretty tight holes. Probably meant for the wood screws, but we are going to force a good time. Bam. First one's in. All right, every now and then you'll have one that doesn't grab as good as you want it to, and pops out the other side. The best thing to do is kind of really make sure that bad boy's on there. I like to place my finger I'm drilling them, you probably can see, but I have my finger underneath, like pushing up on this X bolt. When you have one that pops out, try and get it hand tight as much as you can first, and then don't push down on the drill so much. Let it grab it. That's it, right? What do we do? Recap. Cut up some grip, did a black and a red side. We drilled these in. Probably should have hand screwed them in because it messed up pushed the grip up a little bit. We did cut our top graphic into it. Happy with that. Again, grip isn't perfect, but look, again, I ride these. It's mine, I'm gonna ride it, and it's fucking rad. And then we got the Dragon wheels with some old school Juju bearings, some A66s on the GNS Neil Blender with some blue Enjoy rails with the sex bolt setup. So we've got our bowl version, boom, with the big G-bone wheels, a little extra riser, almost a third of an inch, because I've got a quarter inch and an eighth inch on that one. And then we've got our street setup, 56mm Dragons, just a eighth of an inch riser pad, and it's sick. So 2 boards, tale of 2 sessions. We will see the twin blenders. I'm excited. Either way, I like setting up boards. I like skating. Hopefully this won't, I'll edit it down, but keep the important stuff in there. If you have any questions, just ask. Always here to answer questions. Appreciate you being part of the adventure and being part of this. and this is the only beer I have, so maybe I'll skate to the store and buy a beer. Go do something rad. Stay rad.